Welcome to the video, guys. We got something really funny here that was hidden by the media's constant 24/7 reporting about the coronavirus. This is something I've seen many viewers asking about, as there has not been much information since his court appearance back in January, if memory serves. But the other day, it seems there was an update on his case. Now, there was a few outlets reporting on it, but we're going to take a look at the Sun's article, which headlines: Troubled son. Diane Abbott's son chased her with scissors and bit cop during 9 attacks on medics and cops. Diane Abbott's son chased her with scissors and bit a cop in one of 9 vicious attacks on emergency workers. The terrified Labour MP begged police for help as James Abbott Thompson, 28, threatened her by claiming he had a gun in his dressing gown. You couldn't make this shit up, could ya? He also sank his teeth into a police officer before battering 2 nurses, a doctor, a therapist, and 4 more cops as they desperately tried to detain him under the Mental Health Act in a drug-induced psychosis. Oh no. Diane Abbott's son, the drug-induced wild man. Maybe Count Dankula will have to do a Mad Lads on him. What do you reckon, guys? The diplomat has now pleaded guilty to 16 offences, including spitting and exposure, over a 6-month period, the Daily Mail reports. Cambridge graduate Abbott Thompson had been tipped for a top job in the Foreign Office, but he became hooked on crystal meth while stationed in Rome. Diane Abbott, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on your son being a meth head. Why do the media never ask you this question? They are slacking. I'd love to see your face. The court was told police had been scrambled to Miss Abbott Thompson's home in Hackney on July 26 when he began chasing the 66-year-old with scissors. The former Shadow Home Secretary did not pursue the case against her son, but he was charged in relation to the attacks on emergency workers. Oh, I can't take this, it's absolute quality. The first attack unfolded as Abbott Thompson was taken from his mum's home to nearby Homerton Hospital when he lashed out at 3 officers. So what's that now? We're up to like 6 or 7 people, ain't we? He is prolific. He then beat up a doctor at Mile End Hospital a few days later and assaulted a female nurse at the Royal Free Hospital and hit out at another man. So what are we up to? We're at about 8 or 9 now, we're getting there. On November the 7th, Abbott Thompson launched into a racially abusive attack on another female nurse and smashed her glasses. Oh, so his mum loves a bit of race baiting and he loves to racially abuse people while off his tits on crystal meth, it seems. You couldn't make this up. The next day, he erupted against another policeman, and on November 29th, the thug assaulted 2 officers outside the Foreign Office. He had turned up demanding to see a former colleague, but flew into a rage when they asked him to leave, spitting at one cop and biting the thumb of another. Now, my question is, did he arrive methed up out of his head, they told him to bugger off, and then he went on a mad lad and started attacking them, spitting at one and biting the other? I can't believe this shit. The final attack was on December 23rd when Abbott Thompson whacked a therapist in a hospital canteen with a tray. So he's now taken to using a few weapons because obviously biting, spitting and shitting at people is not doing enough. Wood Green Crown Court heard how one of his victims needed 6 months off work after Abbott Thompson claimed to be HIV positive. So he's threatening biological warfare on people there. Can't believe this shit. Oh my god. While others were left with significant injuries. Abbott Thompson pleaded guilty in a remote hearing to carrying out 12 assaults as well as racially aggravated criminal damage, making threats and exposing himself. Yeah, we can't forget that he was swinging his meat and 2 veg around at people while he was in the hospital. Judge Arenberg QC made an interim hospital order while psychiatric reports are prepared. George Gross, defending, said Abbott Thompson could be suffering from a personality disorder or psychotic illness possibly caused by drug addiction in an earlier hearing. I would say it's more than likely caused by the drug addiction. The guy is a meth head at the end of the day. What do you expect? Maybe Netflix can make a UK version of Breaking Bad and they can have Diane Abbott's son somewhere in there as a crazy meth head junkie. I think it would be hilarious. The diplomat who joined the Foreign Office in 2014 before advising Brit expats in Italy on their post-Brexit rights will be sentenced in July. Yeah, I'm sure he was running around telling them you will have the right to hit this meth pipe. I can't believe this crap. Now, I think you will all agree that was some absolutely hilarious shit. Now that we finally have the details relating to Diane Abbott's son's 6-month meth-induced rampage that has seen him sectioned under the Mental Health Act until July, when he will be sentenced for his crimes. And I have to say, given the long list of absolutely insane attacks that he has performed on various people, he has to go to prison for it. There is no other excuse. Though, I'm kind of expecting he will probably just get community service and be back doing his same old tricks next year. So, we all wondered what had happened to Diane Abbott's son. It seems we now know. This article was a few days ago, but obviously, thanks to bat flu, it got buried under the constant reporting of that. Nevertheless, I thoroughly enjoyed reading through that article and looking at the crazy shit this meth head has been up to. So I'm sure Diane Abbott would say, don't do drugs, otherwise you might end up like her son. Now before I go, I've started doing live streams and uploading gaming content on my second channel. If you would like to come and join me for a live stream to chat in real time, have an interest in gaming related content on YouTube, or just want to follow me over there because you are a legend, the link will be down in the video description below and as a pinned comment. I hope to see you all there. Now as always, before I go, I want to thank our PayPal, Patreon, Subscribestar and YouTube members for supporting the channel, along with everyone who watches my videos. Remember to let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell and share this video as it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you all in the next one.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors. Slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires. And that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going and we are glad to be going. We're off.